Hi, taking a video today, and we are talking about the setup of a hot coffee demo. What you're looking at here is the makings of a demo table. This is how you would set things up in the store. This is the basic layout. Some of the items here will not be exactly as you will do it. For example, as you see here, there is a black tablecloth on the table. We are demoing Ahroma Coffee. The Ahroma Coffee should have a blue tablecloth. I'm using a black here, as it appears that all of our blue tablecloths are out in demo kits currently. So please, if you look at that black, recognize it as our blue tablecloth. The Ahroma banner, again, also this is an older banner having the old Ahroma logo. You should hopefully have updated banners and some that will lay flat, not curved and rounded like this one. But again, you see that the banner is prominently displayed on the front of the table, putting our name and branding at the very front of the customer's mind. You would then stand behind this table and doing your demo from there. A couple other things to note here on the table is that there are two hot pots, one on either corner. They're turned sideways so that you may fill them for the customer, but they are labeled forwards so the customer very easily identifies not only the brand but the flavor with the coffee that they are sampling. Next to each hot pot, as you can see now, or you'll see a little bit as I come in a little closer, you'll see individual stacks of cups. I will count out my cups and set them by each flavor and note on the demo green sheet how many cups I've set by each flavor. I'll do that throughout my demo. Then at the end of the demo, I will count my remaining cups, subtract that from the cups I put out, and that will help me understand how many samples I gave out and allow me to fill out the green sheet appropriately. I do that because it is often very overwhelmed. You can be very overwhelmed at times with a number of people approaching your table at once and miss or misnumber how many samples you're actually giving out. It can be hard to track. We're looking for the best numbers that you can give us there. Understand that numbers is a secondary priority, while our first priority is to build name and taste and get people to taste our product, love our product, and therefore buy our product. So you see the two hot pots, the air pots, sometimes they're called. You'll note that they are appropriately labeled with the flavor that we are sampling. As you look at this one here, the right is Jamaica Me Crazy and the left is Foghorn. You will always demo two different flavors of coffees, usually one a nice blend and then typically another, either a very specialty roast or a flavored coffee. We're trying to reach a broad demographic there. You note in the middle of the table is a standard kitchen top, countertop coffee pot. This is where you can brew your coffee while you will be serving your coffee out of the air pots. The purpose of this pot is, one, people recognize it and they'll see that as something they potentially have at home or something similar to it, and if they've even upgraded to more newer single cup servers, they still will recognize this. And we'll talk about single cups in another video or in another printed document for you. The purpose of this not only is recognition, but you will brew your coffee here and pour from here into your air pots. Again, you'll be serving out of your air pots. The purpose of brewing it here is people will be able to see the coffee as well as smell the coffee. You'll have people who smell the coffee aisles over and will come looking at you just because the smell of our great coffee, or the great smell of our coffee. That will also add that aroma, add to the pleasing nature of the taste test as you're sampling the coffees. If you look at the table also, over on the left, you'll see some bulk bags. Those are generic. Those will vary by store. Some of them will typically have measurements along the side so that the customer can very easily identify whether they're filling it with 1 pound, half a pound, etc. You see here I have one full and several empty bags. You can certainly do those. Familiarize yourself with the grinders in the store so that you may help customers grind, as well as the types of grinders so that you can explain. For example, in my case, the grinder at this store is far superior to the grinder that I have at home. That's because I have a very cheap blade grinder. Works really good for nuts, but not so much for giving me a great, outstanding cup of coffee. Familiarize yourself with that. It's good to have products on the table. You'll see here are some of our prepackaged products. I have multiple flavors here. As you will have, I typically have the flavors of the coffee that I am sampling because that's what people will typically buy the most of. I will oftentimes also have a bag or two of my own personal favorite if I'm not demoing my favorite. That gives me a third option to share with customers as well. The benefit to having these on the table, either in the prepackaged or in the bulk, is that you can hand these to customers. They don't have to go further down the aisle if you're not right in front of the coffee, but they can take this product right here, put it in their cart, and purchase it. It doesn't require any additional effort on customers, as the trend in grocery shopping is ease and convenience. Well, another thing to note here about the table is on both sides here I have some individual signs. This is an Ahroma iced coffee sign. We are headed into fall and have been doing iced coffees throughout the summer, helping customers realize that our product is an all-year product, and so that is a sign that we're retiring for the season, and we'll either use that or something similar in the summer. On the left here, you'll see we have a little bit of, this is more about Ahroma Specialty Coffee. Here we talk about the small batch roasting process, as well as whole bean coffees and why people might want whole beans and the highest grade of coffee, and that's what we use, making us a specialty coffee. Familiarize yourself again with grades of coffee, whole bean, and ground, and the keeping of coffee, some of that as well. That pretty much talks about what I would need to cover today for your table. Your table again should look very similar to this. If you do have a place for other additional flyers, or sometimes we have recipe cards for demos or things of that nature. If you're doing anything other than a black coffee demo, you would have room for those on the tables. Also noting here, typically rather than having all of the prepackaged on one side and then a whole bean on the other, I typically will take and have the bags in front of the flavor that we're sampling. So in this case, here you can see the air pot says Jamaican Me Crazy, so I would only have Jamaican Me Crazy coffee here, potentially in the pre-packaged 8-ounce bags, but then I might also have a package of the and potentially some bags for the whole grain or the whole bean, so that they can purchase in bulk. And then I would maybe have the same thing over here, matching flavors as well. You get the idea. That helps keep it separate. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions, certainly don't hesitate to contact the demo coordinator, whether that's myself or whoever is doing that job. I hope this helps you in your Ahroma Coffee demo, as we think we have a wonderful product here with the Ahroma Coffee, and our customers seem to agree.